Hello! You may be asking yourself, what does this beautiful giant Taschen edition have to do with this book? Stay tuned and watch the video till the end, and you'll find out. Hello and welcome to Taylor Talks Comics. I've got some big news to drop. This is coming from Taschen, not officially, something I noticed on their website. But Taschen, if you're watching and you want to work with me on some official news scoops and things, hit me up. All my contact info's in the description below. But this is some big news. Taschen is one of my favorite publishers. I've shown off these gigantic Marvel Comics library editions. I have every volume so far. They're the best way that Marvel Comics have ever been presented in any sort of reprint format. They're massive, 11 by 15.5 inches in presentation. They're very thick volumes. They look great on the shelf. And all the restoration technique is beautiful. It's got glossy covers, but the interior pages are all on this matte newsprint paper that Taschen has created the recipe for that paper themselves to perfectly emulate newsprint without the flaws of aging and yellowing over time. Well, on their website, I saw that they are going to have Donald Duck, The Ultimate History, and that's why these books are here. So if you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of Carl Barks, Don Rosa, and some of the other European interpretations of Donald Duck, but he's one of my favorite comic book characters ever. And these editions by Fantagraphics have been wonderful, including the entirety of the Carl Barks library. I have every volume, video on my channel showing off every volume if you want to take more of a gander at those. But let's talk about what the news is today, because this is very exciting. So in the same trim size as the Marvel Comics library editions, we're going to get Donald Duck, The Ultimate History. It's their XXL format. Little description here. This will be available in November 2024, so very soon. And it says, since 1934, Donald Duck, one of the most published comic book subjects, has been seen in more films than any other Disney character. This volume includes rare animation drawings, vintage comics, behind-the-scenes photographs, charming memorabilia, unfinished film projects, and unpublished artworks by the Duckman, master storyteller Carl Barks. This was Carl Barks' quote as for what made Donald Duck such a special character. Donald Duck is everything. He is everybody. He makes the same mistakes that we all make. That's so true. So here's a little bit more description of what will be included in this beautiful edition. Like I said, this will be 11 by 15.5 inches, same size as the Marvel Comics library by Taschen. A Duck's Life, the legacy of Walt Disney's delightful Donald Duck. Nothing succeeds like success, as the saying goes, but in the case of Donald Duck, the opposite is true. The candor with which Donald reveals his weaknesses wins our hearts and stays with us forever. Revisit Donald's life's work from 9 decades in one of the most expansive illustrated publications in the Disney universe. Following Taschen's Mickey Mouse, The Ultimate History, so that was a previous volume they released on Mickey Mouse, we witnessed the career of Mickey's only rival for the throne of Disney's most popular creation. From his debut in the Silly Symphony short film, The Wise Little Hen, on June 9th, 1934, the authors trace Donald's more than 170 cartoons, groundbreaking adventures in comics and TV, and theme park appearances. As a special treat to his fans, they also dive deep into the vaults to tell the story of his unfinished film projects. With unprecedented access to Disney's vast historical archives and collections, as well as public and private collections, the authors illuminate Donald's life story with rare concept art, story sketches, background paintings, animation, and comic drawings, as well as historical photographs. Now here's the interesting thing. It does say it includes lots of his comic book history, but the only comics creator listed is Carl Barks, who is the GOAT of Duck Comics. So I'm not saying they should have not left or should have left him off or anything, but they don't list Don Rosa or Romano Scarpa or any other cartoonist that has had a history with Donald Duck. I don't know if those will be included or not. There's not an official contents listed here, but I'd be surprised if we don't see more than just Carl Barks. In the history of comics, Donald Duck is the most frequently printed figure outside of the superhero genre. and has appeared on screen more often than any Disney character. Since the 1950s, Duckburg has expanded into a truly global village, with American artists being joined by a new generation of international colleagues. So they do list that, but they don't list names specifically. And the people working on this book will be, the editor is Daniel Kothenschulte, who I'm not familiar with, but David Gerstein, I am familiar with. He has done a lot of the biographical work and historical stuff that's included in the Karl Barks and Don Rosa libraries, as well as the Floyd Gottfredson library. And then J.B. Kaufman is an author and a film historian. He'll be co-writing it with Gerstein. It'll be 564 pages, so right around the same thickness as those Marvel editions as well, if not thicker, it might be. But that's it so far. That's all we know. I've showed some images of what the cover looks like and that kind of thing on screen. Here's the great news, though, that this book is an expensive book. All these Taschen books are premier boutique collector's items. Now, that cover price on that is going to be $200, which is a lot. However, I have a way for you to save some money on this. If you shop at organicpricedbooks.com, they have a pre-order link already. I'll put that link down below in the description to save you money on this one. You can pre-order this book at organicpricedbooks.com for only $180, so you save $20. Now, if you want to save even more money, you can use my promo code, Taylor Talks Comics, all one word, Taylor Talks Comics. Type that in the promo code, you'll save $2 more, so $178. If you want to up the savings, I feel like I'm on like QVC or something. If you want to up the savings and order that book and 4 more books of any kind, you can use this promo code, TTC Ship It Together, TTC Ship It Together. That will save you 5% off of an order of 4 or more books, which this can be a part of that if you want. And that's it. That's the news. It's great stuff. I'm excited. I love Donald Duck. I love most every interpretation I've read of him. And I'm excited to see what's in this Taschen book. I do have the history of EC Comics book, because these include full comics. The history of the EC Comics Taschen book might be a little bit more of a representation of what we can expect, because I think it's going to be more coffee table, lots of ephemera, memorabilia pictures, some comics, and historical background and things in this Donald Duck book, similar to what we got in the EC history book. I don't have the Mickey Mouse book, so I can't compare it to that as well. But let me know in the comments if you plan on picking this up, if you're excited about this, if you love Duck comics, or if you need recommendations on where to start with Duck comics, I can give those too. But give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and keep talking comics.